lovelies, welcome to this week's video. I have a super fun tutorial that I know I've owed you forever. I had a ton of people asking how I did my wrap in my February look of the month, where I sort of did it really quickly but didn't really explain what I was doing. So I finally got a chance to sit down and film this for you. So I hope you enjoy. If you like this video, hit like. If you haven't already, subscribe, welcome. Definitely hit that little notification bell so you get the videos when I put them up. And thanks so much for watching, you guys, today. Let's sit down and create this beautiful shiny flower. I think that's what I'm going to call it, this beautiful shiny flower today. And also, before we start, I want to share with you guys, look at my tank top. Isn't it good? Isn't it good? It says, feminism is the radical notion that women are people. What? Oh, I love this tank top. Anyway, no more politics. Let's get to wrapping. Alrighty, so this is a really simple tutorial. All you really need is a shaper. Heck, you will probably do this without a shaper, to be honest. And then I really recommend a scarf with texture. Of course, I did this with the Wrapunzel Mystic Mirror scarf, but any scarf with sort of really a lot of volume or texture, a suede scarf, a leatherette scarf, anything like that, you could probably adapt this to any scarf, but this is just sort of how I did it and why I think it looks nice. And all you're going to do is you're going to put it on your head with the ends equal length. This scarf's just a wee bit too long, so I do have to fold it on the top and sort of make sure it fits my head. And then you're just going to, once it's folded to fit your head, gather, and crisscross. Don't knot it at the back. I find that with textured scarves, wherever I can knot it, it's going to look better. So don't knot it at the back. And with these sort of scarves, all these sort of wrinkles and, that's what you want, because it really shows off the texture of the scarf. I'm sure you could get it nice and, smooth if you wanted it to. But basically, once you've got two equal ends, all you're going to do is fold them in, because we want to bring up the shiny side, right? We don't want to bring up the non-shiny side. I mean, you could if you wanted to play with texture, I'm sure. And then what you're going to do, once you've got your ends sort of figured out, sort of tucked away and such, is figure out where you want the poofy thing to be. So the middle of your head, the side, over here. I tend to do it a little bit towards this side to the front. Sort of any way you want is fine. And then you're just going to bring one up like so, and then just sort of let it drape for a second, but kind of keep the tension on it. And then once this one is, of course it's not working, okay. This one's being fussy. Whichever end is the one that's being fussy is the one I want you to bring up first. So in this case, it's this end. I have to go back and fix it, which is fine. Okay, and whichever end is being fussy, bring it up first. So that was this one, right? So now I'm just going to stick it like that, just to keep the tension on it, and I'm going to bring this one up. And when I have them up how I want, ooh, that's so pretty, isn't it? This scarf's so pretty. When I've got them up and I've got the sides sort of how I want them to look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and you see how this guy's, there we go. So, check for those sorts of things. It's going to migrate, it's going to move, that's okay. What you're going to do is you're going to take the back, so this guy here, cross it in front. So from the side, you can, and it just depends on which side you want your poof on. So if your poof is on this side, reverse it, right? It's whichever one is behind. So if you brought this one here behind, that's fine. It doesn't matter if it's the left or the right side. All that matters is whichever of the two is behind, you pull through, like over and through. So I'll do that again so you can really, really see it. So you're going to go from behind, over, and through. And you're going to try to do your best to keep the shiny side or the textured side of the scarf up. And then pull, like so. But don't completely tie it, just leave it like that. This is a very similar technique to the Sharia turban, I think, which Wrapunzel has put up quite some time ago. Okay. I just zoomed you guys out for a second so you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing here now that we've got the close-up stuff done. So once you're done and you've kind of got this floofy bit like this, your knot is how you want it to be. I mean, heck, that could be a thing. You could just keep that like that. But what I did in my tutorial was basically just like a wrapping and stuffing. So you can pin this if you really want. Now I didn't, because I really didn't want to pin. So you're just going to take this and let it sort of come up on its own. Again, I'm minimizing the black, and then I'm just wrapping around the floof that's here, this floof here, and leaving this loose, wrapped around the floof that's here, and then I tucked this in, like so. And again, then you don't have to pin it. I mean, you can, if you want it to be flatter, you could pin, but I just sort of do this with stuffing. And then I just sort of pull this out so that, you know, it's all loose and fun. And then you're just going to do the same thing to this. You're just going to cross it over. So that's, you know, the sort of effect that I had in my look of the month video was I took the one end, it may have been the long end actually, now that I come to think of it, and sort of crossed it over. So you can do that, or you can do the exact same thing. You can take this, wrap around, and tuck in. So that what you're left with is you can still sort of see the knot. So I'll go close. You can still sort of see the knot, and you've got this sort of floofy, textured, sort of really pretty thing happening. So I don't know, maybe we'll call this our shiny flower. It's kind of like the floofy knot turban with the pinning that I've done up before, only, you know, adapted to shinier textured scarves. So let's just say, let's call this our floofy flower, shiny flower. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think of a fun title for it, but you're left with essentially the stuff coming up the side, and this really interesting knot, and you can still see the center. So that's what we're trying to accomplish with this, is we're not pinning over the knot, which is what we usually do when we do a Sharia turban. We just sort of pin and you just want a lot of floof. What we're trying to accomplish with this is more of a you know, flower almost, where you're sort of wrapping around and you're letting it sit. Now this is really secure because of the texture of the scarf. It's not going to go anywhere. So yeah, and then you can see if you get like little things that stick up like that, the nice thing about not pinning it is you can stick it under, you can move it around. It looks good. I mean, I wouldn't go work out in this, but it's not going to go anywhere. All right, and that's it. We're done. So like I said, super quick, actually lots more simple than it looks. Looks really complicated, I know, but it isn't. So hopefully that was nice and simple, and you guys enjoyed our shiny turban. Ooh, that's a good screen cap. We'll just go with that. It's one of those days. I haven't had enough coffee. So thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to see your interpretations of this. If you, you know, follow me on social media, Instagram, Snapchat especially, please tag me so I can, you know, see you guys and your wraps. I really enjoy seeing the different ideas that you guys all bring to the table with our stuff. So thanks so much for watching today. I hope everyone has a great week. Bye, lovelies.